This life was designed to break your heart. It's an absolute heartbreaker. There's always something going on. Your car breaks down. You get injured at sports. You fall down the stairs. You have issues with family members. Your partner doesn't listen. You have financial problems. You got health problems. You have problems at work. It's non-stop. And it's the same for everybody. We all trying to find ways to cope with life. We are constantly in this pursuit of happiness, but it seems like a never-ending pursuit. We never seem to be able to reach it. And if we do, it's only temporary. It's never for long. You're constantly looking over your shoulder thinking, what will happen next? And something will happen next. A true constant battle. The devil is out there doing his work. Some people trying to cope with life, unfortunately, go to the extreme. And that is very sad. But there is a problem of perception of what this life is and what it represents. We are spiritual creatures. No doctor in the world has ever been able to put his hands on the soul. No scientist has ever been able to say, this is the soul, this is what it looks like. We are spiritual creatures. You feed your body with nutrition. You feed your mind with knowledge. You feed your skin with moisturizer, but you do not feed your spirit. You don't feed your soul. It's the most important part of you. Your spirit is you. You need to feed your spirit, and your spirit is fed by remembrance of the one who created it. It's fed by remembrance of the Almighty God. It's fed with recognizing that everything has a designer. You have never seen a car that doesn't have a designer. You've never seen a building that doesn't have a designer. Everything has a purpose, and the designer of this life is the Almighty God. This pursuit of happiness is in vain if your heart is not spiritually sound, if your mind isn't spiritually sound. It's a journey. Seek guidance from your Lord. Seek guidance from the Almighty God, and He will guide you. Study. Search for it. You will be guided if you want to be guided. That's why this pursuit of happiness is in vain. It's a mirage. Because happiness is directly tied to spirituality. Once you are a spiritual being, once you understand that you need to feed your spirit, your life changes. Because happiness is not tied to money. It's not tied to material things. It's tied to the peace within. And you will not be at peace if you don't find your God. You will not be at peace if your soul is not fed. Happiness is contentment. It's about being happy with what you have and being grateful for what you have. We're not saying don't be ambitious. We're not saying don't try to be successful. We're not saying don't get up in the morning and grind. We're not saying that. But at some point you're gonna have to stop and be grateful for what you have, because you cannot keep earning indefinitely. There will be a stop to it. There is a moment where you have to stop looking at what others have and look at what you have and be grateful for it. That's contentment. If it wasn't, we would see some of the richest persons on this planet. We would not see them struggling, but they are just like everyone else. You need spirituality in your life. Search for the truth. Your life struggles will not be fixed by drugs and alcohol. It won't be fixed by going on holiday. As soon as you come back, the bills are there waiting for you. And holidays are temporary. You go, you enjoy yourself for 1-2 weeks, you come back and bam, reality hits you again. But when you are spiritual, but when you pray on a regular basis, every day, then your life changes. You're in direct connection with your God, and it changes your life. Your eyes open. All of a sudden, you can see the light, because it doesn't matter what you do. If you put a blindfolded person in a dark room, he will not be able to see anything. Put somebody with his eyes open in a dark room, he won't be able to see anything until the guidance comes. You need a combination of you wanting to open your eyes and the guidance of the Lord. Once you have your eyes open and you have light, then you can see. And when that happens, that's when you will find that peace within. You have been chained by the devil for so long. You've been running after drugs, after alcohol. You've been stealing, you've been robbing, you've been lying. And now the light has come into your heart. You're an honest person. You're a person of integrity. Once you understand what your Lord wants from you, you will understand that these challenges are actually a blessing. Each and every challenge is designed to make you grow. Each challenge is there to help you develop yourself as a human being. This life was always about you as a person, not about what you got. Because when we go, we leave with nothing. Everything stays. What goes with you is what you have done in your life. What kind of life have you led? That's what you will take back to your Lord. And when we meet him, we want to meet him with a smile on our faces, having put in maximum effort. This is the only way to success. You cannot be a slave to life. But if you're a slave to your God, then you cannot be a slave to anything else. You cannot be slave to money. You cannot be slave to a man or to a woman. You cannot be a slave to your boss, because your heart is already with someone else. Your heart is with God. You live your life in accordance to what he wants from you. And the minute you understand that and you start to apply that, your life changes. The world runs after you. You don't run after it anymore. Everybody wants you. Everybody wants you because you're a person of integrity. You keep your promises. You're an honest person. You are respectful. You respect others. You understand the purpose of the challenges. All of a sudden it makes sense. You have seen the light now. So don't despair. There are good things coming. It's not all doom and gloom. Don't despair. Do not be depressed. Your Lord loves you. He loves you more than anybody else in the world. He loves you 70 times more than your mother. Turn to him and that peace. Because in reality, this happiness that we are looking for is actually peace. This peace will come in your heart. And once that happens, that's where you will find yourself. You'll be at ease. Nothing will worry you much anymore. You are a positive person. You have positive thinking. Do not let the problems get to you, because they will keep coming under different shapes and forms. But keep driving forward. Keep hope. Never lose hope. Do not hurt yourself. It is not worth it. People love you. Your family loves you. Even if they turn in their backs on you, in reality, they love you. They would love to make peace with you. They're not saying that to you because they're too proud, but that's the reality. You make the first step and life will change for the better. Sometimes you gotta be the bigger person. You gotta be the one making that step to others to say, let's fix this. The key spirituality. He will not place a burden on you that you cannot bear. Your Lord loves you. He's never forsaken you. He's never abandoned you. He's never turned his back on you. You turned your back on him. That's why you've been living this life of struggles, of emptiness. Turn to him. Seek guidance from him, and he will guide you. Your life cannot be enlightened without your spirit being fed. Now you can see things in a positive light. The sun shines again. The problems don't seem too big anymore. You can lean on him for help. You can pray to him for help. Because sometimes you cannot lean on people to fix some of the issues you have. You need a much stronger power. And that's where he comes in. He was always there. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You will be rewarded for your patience. Don't despair, never lose hope.